Two artists defined melodic rap. One made pain mainstream, the other made sadness feel euphoric. But if we're being honest, who actually had the bigger impact on this generation? I want to clarify, when we say impact, we're not defining who had better hits. We're talking about influence. Guys, who shifted the sound? Let's first justify Lil Uzi Vert's case. He was the 2016 SoundCloud era. A lot of people have been talking about 2016 recently, and Uzi played a huge part in it. From Love is Rage 2 being one of the best albums of that generation, to his insane emotional melodic takeovers on so many artists' projects, including his own. Especially with a song like EXO Tour Life, Uzi just made being vulnerable and emotional cool, and I believe that he was the first person to really do that. Uzi also influenced the aesthetic and the fashion during that time, and it has influenced so many other artists of this generation. A lot of people talk about artists like Playboi Carti being so influential, people like Young Thug being so influential, but to today's artists and to this generation, the way that Uzi made every single time him showing up a statement is the same way that today's artists are doing so, and I believe that they were all in some way, shape, or form influenced by Uzi, whether they even knew it or not. And I also think something that Uzi doesn't get a lot of credit for is how today's rage sound was kind of started in what he created in the beginning. You could hear it on projects like Lil Uzi Vert vs. The World and on Eternal Take. So many of the artists that we talk about today, and I'm talking about the artists like Osama Sun, Yeet, Netspend, Playboi Carti, a lot of them would not be who they are without Uzi taking the mantle first. But now I want to talk about Juice WRLD's impact. From the freestyling to blending emo with hard rap to his raw transparency that we've yet to hear from any other artist, Juice WRLD undeniably made Heartbreak mainstream at an insanely massive level, and we need to give him credit for that. I have Uzi and Juice posters in this room. I'm fans of both of them, but we cannot knock the fact that Juice took what Uzi started and brought it to another level while he was still alive, and even Uzi knew that, because when Uzi started working with Juice, he just knew there was something different about him. Because Juice WRLD didn't just influence sound, he influenced honesty. I am such a huge fan of Uzi, but there's no comparing the fact that Juice just impacted more people emotionally. And even to this day, I don't want to compare their music too much because it's apples to oranges, guys. But when it comes to who influenced the masses more, Juice for sure influenced the masses when it comes to just the emotional connection alone. So let's ask the generational question: who influenced the generation more? There's two different sides to this, right? I think when it comes to the aesthetic of rap, when it comes to the aesthetic of rappers, Uzi influenced it so much more. I mean, we can't knock that. Even Juice was talking about Uzi's aesthetic when he was alive. The way that artists like Osama Sun and Nine Vicious and so many of the new underground acts dress and act and portray themselves, that came from Uzi's influence for sure. Like I said before, you knew that every time Uzi was stepping out on a red carpet or at Rolling Loud, he was putting something on that could be questionable, but also gave and garnered attention. But Juice WRLD definitely influenced people deeper when it comes to a music and emotional perspective. I mean, I don't want to give credit to the fact that his songs were so deep that they revealed a lot of what he was going through, but it's just a fact. And it's really sad because you can look back and hear he was quite literally expressing himself even when he wasn't fully present. And I also want to ask the question that if Juice was here for longer, would this answer be more obvious? I honestly don't know. I've had a lot of people in my TikTok comments about this similar topic say there's no question Uzi definitely defined melodic rap, and I definitely do believe that he started what this was, but Juice impacted people in such an insanely deep way that I feel like even Uzi wouldn't be able to discredit that. And also, does longevity matter more when measuring impact? Because I think both of them have longevity in different ways. When it comes to being influential and aesthetically grabbing, Uzi definitely does that, but when it comes to the music and how long music can live for, I think that's going to Juice. Uzi built the runway, Juice made the plane take off. If we're talking about stylistic influence and aesthetic, I believe that Uzi takes that 100%. We can't knock him for it. But if we're talking about emotional music and mainstream heartbreak, Juice WRLD changed the game permanently. But the real question, which one do you see more in today's artists? Let's just say 10 years from now, we look back at this era. Who will history say had the bigger impact? I want to know what you guys think of this topic. Please don't be afraid to comment. Don't be afraid to say your opinions, and don't be afraid to hate on this video. I want to just hear what you think. If you're new here, please make sure to subscribe. I've got a lot more content coming on the way. And if you want to follow me or any of my music, you could do that on Will Armani on all platforms. It's been your boy Will. Please make sure to stay positive. Got more on the way, y'all.